very good morning, class. Today there's the states of matter, lecture number 3. And again, I'm here with a quote that for you people. We like the physical state of matter. We also have the 3 characters. Yes, the one which we exhibit, the one which we have, and the one which we think we have. So it's a very deep line. I think you should go and you should introspect yourself, isn't it? Chalo, let's move to our chapter, and then this is the today we will do that Charles law, that is the volume temperature relationship. Okay, so in last class, in previous Boyle's law, that was the pressure volume relationship, isn't it? Today, volume temperature relationship. So in this, it gives the temperature volume relationship at constant pressure. And we know that if we do anything, if we, whatever we do at the constant pressure, it will be called isobaric, isn't it? So the graph which we will plot, it will be considered as isobars. So here V is directly proportional to temperature. If the temperature increases, volume also increases. And the very simple example you can do at your home by boiling the water, isn't it? Okay, so we can say V upon T is equal to K. K is the constant over here. And similarly, if we find the for gas 1, it will be V1 upon T1 is equal to K. Can I write? Yes. Similarly, for gas 2, it will be V2 upon, it will be V2 upon T2 is equal to K. So now since RHS are equal, so LHS will be equal, and this is the formula we got. V1 upon T1 is equal to V2 upon T2. Yes. Now let's plot the graph for the Charles law. Volume is and temperature as it is directly proportional. So obviously as the temperature increases, the volume is keeping on increased. Yes, got it? So this is the directly proportional. So that's why we got the inclined straight line. Now, if we plot again the volume and the temperature graph at different pressure, we are taking the different pressure P1, P2, P3, P4, different pressure. So it will be a slanting line, this for sure. And I'm just assuming that it will whatever the temperature I'm starting, say whenever we consider that at that temperatures it has some volume. So that's why it is not going to start with the zero. Yahan zero se start, it is at some position here, isn't it? It's like this. So that means at the whatever the temperature we see, it has some volume. So like this. Okay, so we'll get that like this graph. Now here P4 is, now we know that pressure and volume are inversely proportional. So P4 should be the highest one, then only the volume will be isn't it? P4 should be high. So that's because volume in this case is low. So that means P4 should be high, isn't it? Ye point clear ho gaya? Yes. So P1 is if P1 should be least, then only the volume will be highest, isn't it? You can see that graph. If you plot the graph like this, it comes like here. It comes like thoda sa down, it comes like thoda or down, and it comes like thoda or down, isn't it? So at this P4, the volume is less. That means P4 is the highest one among this. Okay, the curves showing, that means this is the straight line, we say. The curve showing the volume temperature behavior plotted at different fixed pressure are called isobars. Yes, because it is at the constant pressure. Okay, now the physical significance of Charles law. What are the physical significance of Charles law? We have done for the Boyle's law also, similarly for the Charles law. One of the interesting application of Charles law is the use of hot air balloons in the sports and the meteorological observation. Meteorological observation, that means, weather forecasting and all that. According to Charles' law, gas expand on heating. Since the mass of the gas sample is constant, the larger volume at higher temperature. That means if the volume increases, that means the temperature is going to be high. So we'll have lower mass per unit volume. Okay. And that means if it will be volume will be high, so obviously it will have like lower mass per unit volume, therefore low density. So thus hot air is less dense than the cool air. That's the reason that hot air goes we can say that cool whenever that we have done in the physics that whenever the fan rotates, it send the cool air down and hot air को ये ऊपर की तरफ खींचता है, isn't it? So like this. This causes a hot air balloon to rise by displacing cool air of the atmosphere. This is the physics over here. So you can see that how it is displacing and how it is going up. Yes. Now the next thing. On this principle, hydrogen balloon which rises higher because of lower density of hydrogen were developed as a means of transportation across the Atlantic. However, such airships are not being used because hydrogen is inflammable and the transportation will be risky. But hydrogen balloons and hot air balloons are still being used for weather observation. Got it? So this is the thing. This is the physical application. Like in the MCQs, it can be asked. So you should go through with this point. Now, next law is Gay-Lussac law. This is the pressure-temperature relationship. If you see in this, it states that at constant volume, the pressure of fixed amount of gas varies directly with temperature, and mathematically it is represented as P is directly proportional to temperature. Like if we keep the constant volume constant, the pressure increases, that temperature increases, the pressure increases. Yes, for a fixed amount of gas. That is also important. Okay, so we can say that P upon T is equal to K, and here the gas 1, P1 upon T1 is equal to K. Similarly, for gas 2, it will be P2 upon T2 is equal to K. So we got the formula P1 upon T1 is equal to P2 upon T2. Got it? If we plot a graph between pressure and temperature, we will get the graph like this. And in this case, if we see that the V4 should be more, then only the pressure will be least. Because pressure is here, least. We can see that pressure is least over here. While in this case, it is maximum, isn't it? So V1 is less and that's why the pressure is high. I hope it is clear. And whenever we plot any graph at the constant volume, it is called isocourse. So the curves showing the pressure temperature behavior plotted at different fixed volume are called isocourse. Clear? Okay, let's move to next slide. The physical significance of Gay-Lussac law. What are the physical significance of Gay-Lussac law? Pressure is well inflated tires of automobiles is almost constant, but on hot air summer day it increases considerably and the tire may burst. If pressure is not adjusted properly, okay, so tire may burst. Similarly, during winter on a cold morning, we find the pressure in the tire of vehicle decreased considerably because temperature is low, so pressure will be low. So that is the reason. And next law is Avogadro laws, volume amount relationship. So what does it say? It says that equal volume of all gases under the same condition of temperature and pressure contains equal number of molecules, and that we are doing since our ninth. Yes. So that is the Avogadro law, that it at the constant volume, equal volume of all gases under the same condition of temperature and pressure, it contains equal number of molecules. This means that as long as the temperature and pressure remains constant, the volume of the gas depends upon the number of molecules of the gas or the amount of the gas. If we are keeping the pressure and temperature constant, the volume will always be depending upon the number of molecules of the gas or the amount of the gas. Also, 1 mole of each gas at a standard temperature and pressure will have the same volume, and this is known as molar volume. That we have done in class the 9th as well as in class 11th first chapter, isn't it? 1 mole of each gas at a standard temperature and pressure will have the same volume, and that is 22.4 liter. It is also called molar volume. Mathematically, Avogadro law can be represented by V is directly proportional to N. If more volume, more number of moles, or we can say that more number of molecules will be there, more volume will be there. But the condition is pressure and temperature should be constant. So similarly, if we remove the proportionality sign, we put a constant, and N is the amount of the substance, that is called moles. The number of molecules in 1 mole of gas has been determined to the 6.022 into 10^23, and it is called Avogadro constant. And this is the very basic thing which we are doing since class 9th. Now the relation between density and the molar mass from Avogadro law. Now the number of moles of gas can be calculated as number of moles is equal to weight of the substance upon molar mass, that we know. Yes, so that the same formula we are using. So volume can be considered as K into M upon M. Why? Because number of moles is directly proportional to volume. Avogadro hypothesis, yes. That Gay-Lussac law we have done, isn't it? So we can write the V is directly proportional to N. Can I write, instead of this N, can I write this M upon M? Yes. Okay. Now this can be rearranged as molar mass is equal to K M upon V, can we say? And mass upon volume is equal to density. Yes. So that can be done. So we can say that the density of gas is directly proportional to molar mass. Higher the density, higher will be the molar mass, or higher the molar mass, higher will be the density. That we can say simply. Now the molar volume of gas under different conditions. That thing you have to learn, okay? Very minute difference is there, but you have to know, you should know this thing. Standard condition of temperature and pressure, that is called STP. And under standard condition of temperature, like that is 0 degree, which is also called in Kelvin, it is 273.15 Kelvin, and 1 atmospheric pressure. The molar volume is equal to 22.4 liter per mole. We know that. Or if it is in milliliter, it will be 22400 milliliter, isn't it? However, if the standard condition used are 0 degree, the temperature at 1 pressure and 1 bar pressure, which is equal to 10 to the power 5 Pascal. Okay, the molar volume, that means it will be considered as 22.7 liter per mole. In a standard condition, it will be 22.7 liter per mole. The pressure is, we are using 1 bar, and if you are pressure using 1 atmospheric, it will be 22.4 liter, but if you are using 1 bar, it will be 22.7 liter. Got it? Any doubt in this? Okay. So now next thing, molar volume of the gas under different conditions, the same topic, under the same topic. Standard ambient temperature and pressure condition is also there, which is not generally used. We use NTP and STP mostly. So the standard ambient condition are also used in some scientific work, and in this case these are 298.15 Kelvin temperature, that means 25 degrees Celsius, yes, and 1 bar pressure, that means 10 to the power 5 Pascal pressure. So this is called SATP, यानी standard ambient temperature and pressure, which we generally use for that work. जो भी हम कहते हैं room temperature की बात करते हैं, so room temperature is, we take 25 degree, that means 298.15 Kelvin. At STP condition, the molar volume, that is the volume occupied by 1 mole of gas, is 24.789 liter per mole. But this is never been used. हम बहुत ज़्यादा use इसका बिल्कुल नहीं करते हैं, कभी वैसे पूछा नहीं गया है. But in that MCQ form, it can be asked, or some in NTSC or some Olympiad, it can be asked. So you should learn this. Yes. Now the questions we will do. So this is the first question. A sample of helium has volume 520 milliliter at 100 degrees Celsius. Calculate the temperature. The volume is given, V1, V2 is given, T1 is given, T2 you have to find. Pressure is constant. So which law we have to use? Yes, it is Charles' law. So just use the formula, put the value and get the answer. Yes. So V1 is given 520 milliliter, V2 is given 260 milliliter, T1 is 100 degrees Celsius. Okay, one thing I want to tell you, don't forget to convert it into the Kelvin, because in solid state we have to convert the temperature into in states of matter I'm talking about. We are supposed to convert the temperature into Kelvin. Yes. So this thing we have converted it. So use the formula V1 upon T1 is equal to V2 upon T2. So you will get this. And the answer is 186.5 Kelvin, or you can say that minus 86.5 degrees Celsius. Yes. Now the next question. At what centigrade temperature will a given value of gas at 0 degrees Celsius become double its volume? Pressure remaining constant. Temperature, volume relationship, isn't it? Volume is going to be double. So V2 will be 2V1 we will use, and temperature is given 0 degree first. So T2 you have to find. So let the volume of gas at 0 degree be V. So V2 will be 2V. And as I told you, that don't forget to convert it into Kelvin. So T1 is equal to 0 plus 273 is equal to 273 plus 273 Kelvin. So T2 is equal to, you have to find, use the formula, and it will be, yes, V1 upon T1 is equal to V2 upon T2. Use this and you will get 546 Kelvin or 273 degrees Celsius. Now the third question, a sample of gas occupies 1.50 liter at 250, this is 25 degree, okay? We'll correct it, 25 degrees Celsius. If the temperature is raised to 60 degrees Celsius, this is 60 degree, okay? What will be the new volume of the gas keeping the pressure constant? Again, the same formula, V1 upon T1 is equal to V2 upon T2. So T1 is given 25 degrees, so convert it into Kelvin, 298, and T2 is 60 degrees, so you convert it into Kelvin, 333. Yes, it will be 1.68 liter. So simple questions are there. Next question, a cylinder containing cooking gas can withstand a pressure of 14.9 atm. The pressure gauge of cylinder indicates 12 atm at 27 degrees Celsius. Due to sudden fire in the building, temperature starts rising. At what temperature will the cylinder explode? So T1 and P1. Pressure is given. Yes, you can see that pressure and temperature. So this is the pressure temperature relationship. Which law it is? Yes, find it. According to this, this is the volume constant hai yahan pe. So what we will do? P1 upon T1 is equal to P2 T2, and that is Gay-Lussac law. P1 upon T1 is equal to P2 upon T2, and you find this T2 is equal to P2 into T1 upon P1, and you will get 372.5 Kelvin, or which is 99.5 degrees Celsius. You can find the temperature in degrees Celsius, but later on. But while solving, you are supposed to convert it into Kelvin. If you will not convert it into Kelvin, the answer will be totally different, and it will be like drastic difference in your answer. So which will be considered as wrong. Here the another question is waiting for you. Chalo, let's start with this. A chamber of constant volume contains hydrogen gas. When the chamber is immersed in a bath of melting ice, 0 degrees Celsius, the pressure of a gas is 1.07 into 10 to the power 2 kilopascal. What pressure will be indicated when the chamber is brought to 100 degrees? So again the same thing, constant volume, P1 T1 upon P2 T2. Which law this one is? Yes, Gay-Lussac law. So let's do it. That it is kilopascal, so we have to convert it into like no issue, we can find then kilopascal only, okay, pressure. So this is 1.07 into 10 power 2, so we like it is 107 kilopascal can be written as, isn't it? Now T1 is equal to 373, T2 is equal to 273. Use the formula and get the answer. It will be 1.462 into 10 to the power 5 kilopascal. So I hope it is clear. That's it for today's class, and we have done all the laws. Now there is a combined gas law and ideal gas equation and questions based on that. So we'll do in next video. Till then, make short notes, go through with the video properly, make short notes and do the numerical, numerical, you solve it by your own. Pause the video, solve the numerical and check the answer. If it is wrong, then only fine. And moreover, this is very simple equation we have done, the very simple numerical we have done exactly based on the formula. There is no application, we don't have to think much. So I hope it is clear. Yes, so we'll meet with another video in that combined gas law and ideal gas equation. By the time, thank you class.